Hey, it's me. Today, I want to paint on things. Shocked? That's very shocking.
I'm a shocking kind of person.
Somewhat recently, I did that video where I refreshed my art room. I did like a little art room cleanup situation. You guys surprisingly loved that video with an intensity that shocked me. I should make a catastrophic mess more often, I guess. During that whole process, I mentioned a couple ideas for different items around the room that I could potentially decorate, customization things. One of the ideas I had was to decorate some new pillows for my blue couch. I did quite a lot of decluttering in general, not to mention the mountain of Squishmallows. Now that I've decluttered, I'm already starting to feel like it's too bare. It is time to start the process of slowly recluttering the area. Of course, until I've gone too far with that, and then I have to declutter once again. It's a whole cycle. It's just the cycle.
I love it.
Today, I want to create some cool custom pillows that match my vibe and that look good on my blue couch. I will paint on pillows for your entertainment and mine. Sound good? Okay, let's do it. Okay, so naturally, I'm gonna start with a wet and soggy pillowcase. Did you expect anything different? No, why would you? And that's right, scrunch, 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 and rubber band that boy because we're going to tie-dye. What's better than one soggy pillowcase? Two soggy pillowcases. This one gets the same exact treatment, and here we go. We're ready to play the drums. I'm gonna put these down on their own little paper towels so we don't have any dreaded contamination issues. And I'm starting with some pink tie-dye. I was gonna do 3 different pinks on this, but then I realized that this color is more of a peach, and no, whoa, ew, deja vu. Have I done this before? Anyway, that color is not okay. I'm sticking with pure pink on this because this is going to be a background for my artwork. I don't want it to be too busy or distracting. I just want to stick with one color and a nice subtle tie-dye effect. I am using the 5-minute tie-dye method, which involves using takeout containers and a microwave. I've done it before. Check out this video if you want to see the full process. Wiping up some of the blood from that. I don't know why I had to call it blood. It's not blood. For this one, I went with green. Now, I chose these 2 colors, pink and green, before I really had any idea of what design I wanted to do on top. Obviously, they're gonna live on a very blue couch, so I wanted to pick colors that would pop on that blue. Into the box, some extra tie-dye for good luck. Bye, sweetie.
Have fun in the microwave.
Flash forward to the end of the tie-dye. Minor catastrophe. What do you mean you don't see it? It's there. Do you see it now? These pillowcases were caught victim to a spontaneous paint explosion within the art room. We don't know why. Why do bad things happen to good pillowcases? It's really actually not that big of a deal. I'll just have to make sure to paint over those spots in my design, which, by the way, is what? Time to figure out what my design is for these. After holding these up to my couch, I realized that I may have been subconsciously influenced. Conspiracy! These! I happen to choose the colors that are the same as these homemade plushies that have been sitting on this couch for years.
Was it a coincidence? Or did they tell me to do it?
And then I realized they were there the whole time, leading my hand, guiding me to choose the specific colors. This is their couch, and ain't nobody gonna take it from them. Not after that last infestation, okay? That's enough. All right, we're good. We're good here. I'm gonna start with the green pillow, and since my little friends are so clearly territorial, I'm gonna just keep the art to something that I know they would like. We're gonna make it about them. I'm gonna go in with some white fabric paint to create a base for my painting. This one is going to be a painting of Strawberry. Okay, are you happy? She is clearly part bear, part strawberry, and also she is, well, something is going on here with drips. We'll get to that. I always forget how long it takes to paint fabric because the paint seeps into the fabric and does not spread. So even painting a small area just takes forever. Eventually, I got the full base covered and I'm gonna go in with a layer of pink. Now, Strawberry is one of my very old characters. In fact, I actually created her off camera probably like 7 years ago when I randomly decided to try to make my own plushies. But even though she wasn't a part of my videos, I decided to keep her on display in my videos ever since then, even in my super old videos. She's pretty much always been here. This pink is too dark. Okay, lightening that up with layer number 2. Then I'm going in for the strawberry top. I mimicked how the strawberry top is on the plush, but I did give the leaves a little bit more of a crispy point when in reality they're kind of melted. Going in with some little details. I debated what style to go for on this. I ended up going for this kind of cartoony block shading style, and then I did add some texture and fuzziness to her. Gave her some nice big round eyes, her nose, in her mouth,
which I ruined.
I'll fix that later. Later, I noticed that the original actually has more of a muted purpley red color and not this very vibrant red that I'm using. So it's kind of throwing things off a little bit, but I just finished painting all those seeds. Do we really want to do that over again? The answer is no. So we're gonna just let her live and exist like this. She's still cute. I added some tiny little red freckles, which, I don't know, it's just an extra
Sprinkle of cuteness.
No, hated that. Some highlights into the leaves, and voila, she is complete. Now, to address this drippiness stuff, I'm bringing out my paints, and a giant disclaimer. This is acrylic paint, which is great for use on canvas, paper, wood, metal, plastic, ceramics, and pretty much everything except fabric. So what I'm doing here is technically a no-no, but I really wanted to use my special paint colors and make it look like Strawberry is happily playing in the full rainbow of Moriah Elizabeth paints. Now, I know that you can add fabric medium to acrylics to make it more suitable for fabric. I just didn't. However, I did do a test with this paint and just using fabric Mod Podge on top. I didn't see any cracking, and since these pillows are not going to endure a lot of wear and tear, they're mainly just for display, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, insert disclaimer. I did, however, do the rest of the painting with fabric paint, so it really should be fine. After getting a suitable rainbow blend, I added some shading and some nice juicy highlights.
Oh, yeah.
Stop. Might as well get some eye shinies in there too. Finally, she's finished, and I'm gonna add a layer of this fabric Mod Podge. I'm gonna apply it all over just on the painted area. It is quite thick and glossy, which I wish it had more of a matte finish, but it does do a really good job of keeping the paint safe from cracking, so I'll take it. Here is the final pillow. I tried way too many times to toss it and have it land perfectly. Like, it's not worth it. Really. Just stop trying. Anyway, I think it turned out super cute. I love her playing in paint, and it looks like a nice fun accent on the couch. Here she is with herself. You know, it's not a spot-on representation, but I honestly kind of loved her plushy self a little bit more. But hey, it's still cute, okay? She is a little bit lonely here on this big couch. Where is her friend? Which brings us to the pink pillowcase. For this one, you guessed it, we're going with Strawberry's Grumpy Companion. Once again, I'm applying a white base coat with fabric paint. Now, I've always called her, you know, her. She's always been the grumpy cat in my head, but I feel like that's not the best name because, well, Grumpy Cat has been done. Rest in peace. So I need a new name, a synonym for grumpy, maybe. Let's see. Synonym for grumpy. Irritable, cranky, grouchy, sullen, morose, surly, sulky, peevish, petulant, moody, churlish, cantankerous. What cantankerous? More like cat-tankerous. Okay, no. I don't like any of these. How about Grumpy Greta? Where did that come from? I don't know, but I like it. Once I got a nice white silhouette going on here, it's time for the colors. Now, Grumpy Greta. Oh, sorry, jump scare. Oh, look, she says hello. She must be in a really good mood. She doesn't usually greet people. She has a pretty distinct green color that I need to try to create. Sorry, can you move over just a bit? You're crowding me. I want to make sure that I'm capturing a pretty similar color to the original Grumpy Greta. This is important because she cannot exist in any other color but this green. Why? Well, as I get into the painting, let me tell you
A little story.
Fun fact, I made this cat from scratch when I was trying to teach myself how to sew. Instead of doing what any reasonable person would and looking up a tutorial, I decided to just hunker down on the basement floor and struggle. I figured the first one probably isn't going to turn out that well, so I used my ugliest color of fabric so that I wouldn't waste any of the good colors. And so you see, Greta was born. I planned to make an entire line of handmade plushie animals, and they were going to live in harmony. Turns out, I actually kind of hated hand sewing, and so after just 2 releases, my line of hand-sewn plushies was discontinued. But I still have the 2 precious souls that I made that day. I did make some little changes to the design of this cat. I added a tummy patch, which I kept changing the color of. I also noticed that Greta has a bow both on her head and around her neck. I don't know why there's green fuzz stuck to it. Ever heard the expression, putting a dress on a turd? That's what I was trying to do with the bows. For my painting, I kept the head bow and then just made the one around her neck more of a collar. I think 1 bow is enough. I added some shading and fuzziness all around her to give her that kind of grungy look that she's got going on. And for her eyes, which in reality are some random beads that I found, I turned them into buttons. One much larger than the other. That's intentional.
Really?
No, really, it is. I actually did it on purpose this time.
Did you?
I just wanted to emphasize that kind of derpy handmade look. Finally, once again, using my rainbow of paint colors and adding that to my designated dripping areas. Ew. Now, while Strawberry is happily playing in the paint, Grumpy Greta is kind of drowning in it. She's not super happy about being covered in paint, even though it's rainbow paint. But then again, she's never really happy about anything. So don't stress about her mental state. Okay, nobody can help her. Speaking of her mental state, does anyone know why she is so grumpy? I'll tell you. It's about the green. Okay, she knew that I had a lovely yellow, a beautiful blue, a stunning purple, but what did I choose to put her in? Grungy green. And it was on purpose. She wasn't worth a nicer color, and that hurts. Last step, just slathering on that protective top coat, and hey, here we go. Oh my gosh, no. Again with the tossing.
Just stop.
Here she is. Oh, Grumpy Greta is working it. I personally actually prefer the painted version. I like the more stylized look of the painting. If I could go back and redo it, I'd probably make them just a little bit smaller because the edges of the painting are landing a little closer to the edges of the pillows than I anticipated, but I still love them so much. Thank you so much for watching and come back next Friday. Bye!